And welcome back to Spot Hidden. It has been a while, but here we are, back at it again. Tonight with Pendragon, the 6th edition. I said it right, finally. By Chaosium. And of course, I'm joined at the table by my fellow compatriots. Welcome back, everybody. I am, of course, here with London, Matt Price, and Michael Scott. Welcome. We're is I feel like I don't think everybody else is coming out on yeah, bunch of muted boys. So let me let's see here. Let's figure out. Yeah, I knew something was wrong. There we go.
Someone
Station.
did someone call us
Testing,
muted
testing. There we
boys?
go. There we go. Hey.
Muted boys, Double Forte's back. It's
Oh,
good to
hey,
see you,
it's
Double
Alloyed
Forte.
Gaming. I don't know him.
There we go. Thank you, Double
I don't
Forte.
know.
Yes.
I know Alloyed Gaming.
Welcome
I
back.
know-
Here,
I know
let's
Alloyed
try that
Gaming.
again. Welcome
Oh, I
back.
know
We are
you do.
here on Spot Hidden. And of course, tonight I am joined by my fellow compatriots, London, Matt, Mike, and Price. Michael Scott, of course.
Wow.
Good to
that's
be
me.
here.
Yes, I got to say your
Forte,
full
it's
name.
good to see you, buddy. Thanks for jumping back in. This is just a shout out. I haven't seen these names in a minute because it's been a minute.
Yes.
It has been a minute.
Hey, you don't have to raise your voice.
No need to raise your voice.
Buddy. I'll be raising my voice all game. All day.
Wow, that was loud. I am
He's
trying
playing
something
so
new
loud.
tonight with
I just imagine
headphones in my
this,
ears, so
like blood.
playing
You're gonna
surprise.
suffer. You're gonna suffer, Huddy.
maybe
That's
to
okay.
turn it down on my end a little bit.
Turn it down, baby.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. So tonight we are back here on Spot Hidden, and of course we will be playing Pendragon, the 6th edition by Chaosium. And tonight's special episode is going to be the Adventure of the Great Hunt, which is a one-shot kind of mini game. I wouldn't even call it a one-shot because it's pretty big. And it's put out by Chaosium. And if you like what you see tonight, of course, go to your local game stores or head over to Chaosium's website and pick you up a copy. I believe these copies are still free, but if you do want to get the bundle that has the Adventure of the Great Hunt and the Adventure of the Sword Tournament, plus
The
one
great
of the
cut. Oh, sword
Nope,
tournament.
nope. Plus one other new mission. They have a new starter set. I believe it retails around $22.99 if I'm not mistaken. So head over to Chaosium or your local game store that has Chaosium products and try to find it yourself and play. But yes, real quick. No, we'll get onto that, but we'll do this first. How has everybody been? Has everybody been doing well?
No.
No,
No,
not at
okay,
all.
Not
excellent.
at all,
All right,
actually.
It's been a month.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. So
One of
we're
the
all,
months of all
we're
time.
on the same boat.
I got back on
Excellent.
crack.
Oh, good. Good.
No,
We
back.
post on Twitter. Oh, let's post on Twitter that we're live. I'll do that.
X.com, you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean,
Double
X.
Forte, how do we chant Great Pendragon Camp? How do you work that into a chant? Like, Great Pendragon campaign. Like, I can't. How do you break that up?
What do we want?
Campaign.
Great
Now-
Pendragon campaign.
Well, now
Great.
the Great
Pendragon
Pendragon campaign is one of the other scenarios that has been put out by Chaosium recently, or not recently.
Oh.
But that was one
Yeah,
of
that's
the
like a
ones
classic
earlier.
campaign.
Yeah,
I like that.
classic.
Thank you. I was in band in high school, so I know some
Bravo
things
for
about rhythm.
trying. Thank you.
You were probably
I
a
was also
fucking
banned from high
brass.
school.
Yeah,
Oh,
we,
okay, weren't you? Ugh.
Flyer. Where do I find that? Okay, I'll find it.
euphonium, baby.
Okay, so
That's an element.
while
The hell did you just say?
London's sending out a
Euphonium?
triple X,
Alto
Um,
sax.
It's next to potassium.
I guess
Get the
we'll
fuck outta
get
here.
down to it.
Euphonium, Bob.
Blah 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 blah, yada yada yada.
Sorry, Hudson. I'm sorry. Throw your game sideways.
No, it's
If
okay.
y'all-
Floppenheimer.
Every time I think of these stories, in my head I imagine just this perfect, peaceful game that I play with my fellow compatriots,
Yeah.
and it's just like this serious thing, and then the first 5 minutes opens up, and it's complete chaos, almost like the Oppenheimer scene with the atomic bomb. Spoiler alert, but if
spoilers.
you didn't know that was going to be about the atomic bomb, then don't even go see the movie.
You're kind of an idiot.
And
I only
this,
watch it for
this
the penis.
chaos, by the way, Hudson, I don't know if you knew this. This chaos is brought to you by Chaosium.
Spoiler for
creators of
history.
Pendragon 6th.
No,
6th edition.
the most chaotic part of that movie is when he's getting ridden in the boardroom by Florence Pugh.
Yeah, I mean that's respectful, and
Oppenheimer.
Florence Pugh, you know what I'm saying?
We are going to be kicked off tonight. I know it for sure.
Yeah, it's already over.
It came out of
It's
nowhere. He was just sitting there butt
So did
ass
he.
naked. What? Oh, oh.
I enjoyed her in the Black Widow movie.
She was the best part of that movie.
Yolanda.
I'm
I
so
didn't know
sorry,
I
I don't
liked
speak
her.
Spanish. Excellent. So tonight,
La Biblioteca.
let us
Bro, we're killing it.
let us
We're killing it.
reemerge back
I am.
into the universe of Pendragon. So I will give us kind of a small recap of what happened last time, and then we will journey into shortly after that recap of what happened. Because Price, I do have a surprise for you.
No. Okay.
In our last episode of Pendragon the 6th edition, King Arthur and his fellow knights rallied themselves and made a heroic charge to break the siege of Carlisle. They were valiant and heroic, and they won. However, many knights, soldiers, and squires died during this fateful battle, including our very own Sir Swinhild, who was played by Price Everett.
Yeah.
So Swinhild was knocked off his horse. In his last and final moments, he made a valiant last stand to bring glory to the kingdom of England and to bring glory to his king, his newly crowned king, Arthur, who had just recently pulled the famous sword from the stone, Excalibur. A few days have passed since the siege. About 2. Our episode begins with a sunset beginning over Londinium and a large funeral procession happening through the city, making its way outside the east city gates. At the front of this large column is the young King Arthur. On his flank, he has King Morien and Merlin. Behind him, he has his fellow knights who had rode into battle with him, the ones that were left. They're leading this large column to the funeral. Outside the city will be mass graves, mass tombs that have been made for the heroism on both sides. For King Arthur, being a just and young leader, he has forgiven the treason and the crimes for the enemy that once was. But now they are your fellow compatriots, and so they are within this column with you, the men that you did fight against. As King Arthur and the other knights get to the other tombs, the other grave sites, as the funeral is held, the final part of the funeral is for Sir Swinhild, who was one of Arthur's most trusted and heroic knights at the time, because he took up the call with his other fellow brothers in arms and went out on a dangerous mission to break the barricades and the other siege equipment to make sure that the charge was successful the next morning. Sir Swinhild has been giving a heroic and honorary burial with his very own private tomb. And with the large tomb doors closing, we cut to Arthur sometime later that night, or that day, getting closer to night, with the sun still setting, looking at Sir Swinhild's tomb, remembering the deeds that Sir Swinhild did. Behind Arthur, a few feet away, are his comrades, Sir Swinhild's comrades, that fought with Sir Swinhild. As their heads are hung low, some of them may be weeping. After some time, they all decide to carry themselves away, perhaps to the tavern, to party and celebrate Sir Swinhild's death and him going on into the afterlife. But behind them is Merlin, as he is watching the young king take in this moment. This was his first victory, of course, and the first deaths that he had ever witnessed. As Merlin approaches Arthur, Merlin says, "Arthur, do not dote on the fallen. There is much work to be done to restore the kingdom. Sir Swinhild's death is sad, but he proved valorous in the end, and he protected his king and country. There are many others like Sir Swinhild, all around the land, and in distant lands, who will need to be sought out by you. Arthur, you have the heart and courage of a noble king, that knights, soldiers, and squires, such as Sir Swinhild, would live and die for." The camera pans to Arthur, whose head's still kind of hung low, and the camera will catch a tear going down his cheek and dropping to the grass. Arthur turns, composing himself. "Merlin, you're right. I wish for you to accompany me to the unfinished citadel at Camelot." The camera pans back to Merlin with a smirk. Cut to a blackout, and we have the title screen, Pendragon 6th edition, Adventure of the Great Hunt. Our story... Yes, yes, with some epic kind of violin music coming in, yes. Our tonight's episode... tonight's episode starts out on a very rainy night, a few weeks later after the large funeral procession at Londinium. About 2 leagues away from Camelot is a hunting party riding in the heavy rain, downpour, and the mud, heading to a local lodge for the night, where the next morning they will take part in a very large hunt for a white stag that they've heard of in the near forest. These knights, as they are riding through the mud, as you hear the clanking of rain hitting your metal armor, and you're plated in chainmail. At the front of the column, we have a character that our audience has not met. None of your characters our audience has not met yet. Sir, well, Michael Scott, why don't you tell us who your character is, and please describe your character and your character standard, or their house sigil.
I will be playing Sir Greysen, a large, husky, may be the word, just a very imposing figure. Tall, broad shoulders, big muscles. Rides very upright, very proper. And just to describe his personality as well.
You can hold off on the personality. We'll get there in a little bit. But just kind of physical features of what the camera may be picking up for our audience.
Yeah, very nice armor. Not a lot like a silk robe or something, like a lot of like fabric as well underneath the armor. He also is kind of carrying around a lot of jewelry, maybe one could say, a lot of crosses, a lot of just religious imagery kind of all around his body, emblazoned his armor, around his neck, sewn into his robes. But otherwise, a lot of bright colors, riding very upright. You could tell he's a man that takes himself very seriously.
Excellent, excellent. And yes, so tonight you will be playing the religious knight. And with this one shot that you get from Chaosium, the pre-generated characters that you receive don't really have names, but they do have, I guess, they're called by their characteristics, if you would, their personalities. And so we have a religious knight, a hardy knight, a champion knight, and one other that I am forgetting.
Hunter Knight.
Hunter Knight. And that will come in handy, I would assume. And as you are all riding down this muddy road, getting very close to this large manor in the forest, it is just a few moments later as you arrive and dismount. You all have your squires as well that have ridden along with you. And your purpose here tonight, as it is becoming night, and dinner is not far off, your purpose here is that you are answering a call from a local lord, Sir Servaus Le Bruce, who has called upon you as he has heard that you are 4 knights in the land that are great hunters or have hunted at some point, depending on what that may be. And he wishes there to be a competition between each of you to find this white stag that is in the forest. And as you all dismount, Matt, your character bumps into Sir Hortone. Can you please describe who is bumping in to Sir Greysen's character?
There we are. Sir Brut was a little bit stunned there and stunned into silence. He didn't expect to bump into this gentleman, but he does bump in and turn, and you see the jet black, short, almost military cut hair, clean shaven with these dark brown eyes, turn with a very pleasant smile. Oh, excuse me, sir. And then with no return, he turns back around to his mount and makes sure he has everything there. And
very quizzical look of why this man is talking to me.
Straightens the saddle, make sure his equipment's good. He is even despite through the armor, physically you can attest to the almost plain features of this man. I mean, not burly, not what you'd consider skinny, just very much. You went into the Sims and you hit create sim, and that happened. Actually, Sims is stupid, but anyway, very almost generic, except for the dark hair, the dark eyes, and the pursed lips there.
Excellent. And as you all dismount and your squires begin to grab your equipment and your bedding and whatever else kind of backpacks, knapsacks that you brought along on this journey, they are going to take that off to your respective rooms for the night, which the attendants of this lodge are going to help them to do that. But at the very large front door of this great stone manor, which is it does have a stone palisade that goes around it for some defense, but in front of this large door, you are greeted by none other than Servaus Lebruce. Yes, good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to my house, and welcome to tonight's dinner. I have a great table full of food for you this evening, if you wish to treat with me. Very well,
Immediately,
then
or-
I will treat with
yes.
myself.
Immediately, do I have time to put down my bags?
Do you have time to put down your bags, good sir?
When is the dinner?
Well, right now, of course. I'm sure you are very weary from this long road that you've been traveling on. I mean, 2 leagues from Camelot.
Fine, let's go eat dinner.
I would be delighted.
Excellent. Well, join me. Follow me, please, gentlemen. I will show you my great hall. And as you...
Indeed.
Oh. And as...
No, please. Oh, no, you.
Shut up.
Okay.
And as... and as you enter this large double doors, the oak double doors, you notice 2 kind of guardsmen of Lebruce's guards standing, flanking the doors on each side. As you enter London, why don't you give us just a physical description of your night as they enter this kind of dark hallway, as you are entering now into a large opening and a great hall with a great long table with a spread of food and wine and ale about.
Sir Morien is tall, handsome, black of face and limb, donning this sort of sturdy, heavy, raven black armor. He is the kind of person that just kind of moves like a brick wall, if that makes any sense. You can just tell that this guy is tough. If you can't tell, I'm the Hardy Knight from the pre-gens here. But he's just a tough guy. Tough exterior, pretty big, and kind of moves like it is the best way I could describe Sir Morien.
Excellent. And as you all enter and are seated by the other, I don't want to say crew, but what is the word that I'm thinking of? The hostess...
Staff?
Yes, the staff. Thank you. The staff seats you at your specific spots where you'll be sitting for the night. And at the head of the table, of course, is where Sir Lebruce will be sitting. But directly in front of him, to his left, is Price. Do you want to give a description of your character as your character is being seated right next to your host?
Certainly. You see Sir Ewan. He is stout. He's not very tall, but he's very kind of lithe. Sandy blonde hair, a beard, brown, very deep brown eyes. Has a slight scar like right there on his face. Kind of slightly big nose. It looks like it's probably been broken a couple of times, but it's fixed back now. And he's wearing kind of more of a, I hate to use the term light armor because that sounds like we're playing the Elder Scrolls, but like, he's not in full heavy plate. And he's sitting down. But even as he sits down, he's kind of always looking around the room. He's very much trying to kind of take everything in of where he's at. He doesn't want to. He's the kind of guy who always wants to know where the entrance and exit is. He's very just aware of the space he's in. And he's probably the shortest out of our 4 knights. He's not a huge guy, by any means.
Well, excellent. Sir Ewan, if you would, as the first roll of the night,
Oh God.
with Pendragon 6th edition, even though we are used to playing, Chaosium's Call of Cthulhu with Spot Hidden, we are not so, we're not graced with the presence of a Spot Hidden roll in this game, but we do have an awareness roll. If you will please make a awareness roll for me.
And that would be a D20, correct?
Yes, a D20, and you're wanting to aim either at your skill point or below that skill point.
I did not hit it.
Okay. So
needed an 8, rolled a 19.
Okay, excellent. So, because it's so dimly lighted in here, it is raining heavily outside. There is no sunshine coming in, or what's left of sunshine, because I did say it is growing to be, or it's becoming nightfall. He does have a good bit of candles around, but they're not big enough, or emitting big enough light to shine up the wall or anything. But as you are all seated, you are given a very large, hefty glass of ale each, and you are allowed to begin eating your hearts away. And Sir Servaus Le Bruce will be enjoying the evening with you. Now, you must tell me, gentlemen, good sirs of the land, I understand that you are all knights yourselves, and that you are great hunters, but tell me, did any of you serve at the siege of Carlisle?
No.
Nor I.
No.
Well,
Not exactly.
Oh, not exactly. What does that mean? Mysterious man to my left.
Well, I say not exactly. I did not serve in the battle directly, but I did help go out with an earlier scouting party to check on rations and, prepare the camp, as well as hunt for food sources and everything. So I did not actually partake in the fighting, but I certainly was. I suppose I'm not being very modest. I merely helped with the preparation, I should say.
So a sort of scout, you would say.
Something like that. That's a bit more of my forte, I suppose you could say.
Well, you are lightly armored, which I think will come in handy in this great hunt I have planned for tomorrow morning. You see, gentlemen, there is a very, very nice white stag that is frolicking around in my forest. And I thought that I would call upon the best huntsmen in the land to come and partake with me in this hunt. However, I will not be able to hunt alongside you. I do have gout. And he kind of lifts his leg up on the table, showing you this very nasty, bruised, and rotting flesh on his foot.
Yes.
I see you have not partaken in any sort of fights, so let me remove this from the table.
My grandfather died of gout.
Yes. I had 2 sisters who also perished from the gout, and another from the pox. So, moving on to a lighter subject. We'll talk more about the pleasantries of the hunt tomorrow morning. But yes, back to, and with that, you hear the doors that you were led in from outside swing open, and you hear the guards kind of jostling around, and some voices being spoken. And through the archway leading into the great hall where you are all located comes a older knight. Now, some of you Well, actually, all of you, if you wish to make a awareness skill check for me,
Hell yeah.
You want me to make another one or just
yeah, you can make another one on this.
3 versus 5.
I have failed.
Okay. Any other successes?
Crit fail.
critical failure?
Critical failure. Okay. With the critical failure, so that's a 20 from all of you, or from you and London, correct? Or Sir Morien and Sir Ewan. Okay.
I'm getting bit in the ass because last time I played Call of Cthulhu, I was rolling well the entire time, and now it's just gonna be nothing but shit rolls the whole night.
As the doors are swung open, you both are kind of it's a jarring loud noise, and you spill some of your ale or wine, whatever you're partaking in, on your nice clean tunic. But through this archway comes a older hedge knight that Sir Calidus Brut, you recognize. You have seen this old hedge knight before in Londinium. You know this knight to be Sir Ector, the stepfather or the adopted father of your newly crowned king, King Arthur.
Wait, the adoptive father
Yeah,
of,
the adopted father. So he's the older guy.
of Arthur.
Yeah,
Okay, all right,
yeah.
yeah. I'm on board.
What's his brother's name or his son's other son's name?
That would be, oh god. Oh gosh. Let me look. Hold on, I have it in my notes.
Sir Arthur.
Sir Kay. Sir Kay.
Sir K.
Yep.
Sir K.
Sir Kay. Yes, and
Sir
so Sir
K.
Ector is running into the Great Hall. Not sprinting, but a nice little jog for a man of his age. Oh, Sir LeBruce, I'm sorry I had no idea that you had guests. Ah, Sir Ector, come and have a seat. I was not expecting so many guests this evening. Oh, no, I'm just on my way to my holdings near Berwyn. It's under some distress. Perhaps I will come by another time.
Oh, please, Sir Hector, join us. It's good to see you again.
Ah, yes, Sir Calidus Brut, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, please, just Brute.
Well, it is nice to see you again, good sir. I may have a moment to spare for dinner. I am in quite a bit of hurry. It seems as though there is a dragon stalking my holdings, my land in Berwyn.
Is there a
yes.
dragon?
Yes.
Have you seen this with your own eyes?
I have not. That's why I'm checking it. My son, my newly crowned king, has told me to head that way and see what I can do, and if I need any reinforcements, to send a raven.
Interesting.
How is the boy, Sir Hector?
Oh,
Our king.
yes, the king is doing well. He is trying at the moment to reestablish his father's holdings in Camelot. I'm sure the way that I came, I did pass Camelot. I'm sure you all passed it. It's still in ruins, but they are trying the best that they can to fortify it and make it what it was originally supposed to be by Arthur's father. But yes, let me have a seat. I am parched and hungry.
Yes. LeBruce, ale for the night.
Oh, well, yes, of course. Excuse me, can we get some ale for Sir Ector? I've never been commanded by one of my guests, but...
Oh, it was a request.
Oh, a request.
I believe you misinterpreted my meaning.
Yes, excuse me. Sir Ector, is there anything else I can get you to make you even more comfortable? Oh, no, I'm perfectly fine, as you see him chomp down on this big turkey leg.
There's a lot of turkeys back then.
Yes.
Sorry. Anyway.
And as the night progresses on, Sir Ector is going to explain... Sir Ector is going to explain to you the catastrophe that has been stricken in Berwyn and the other local lands of Norgels. So his holdings are being attacked by this dragon that he describes to you. Good nights. Oh, wait, this is Sir Ector, not
Yeah,
the Bruce.
other guy. Yeah.
Good nights.
Good night.
If
Good
you
morning.
are not in any other circumstances here with Sir LeBruce, I would recommend that you all ride out with me tomorrow morning and face the dragon. I'm going to try to do my best to rally as many of my forces in Berwyn to ride out and meet this dragon, but it will take some time to get there, and it will probably take a month at least to rally these forces.
What about the stag we're hunting as well?
I prefer not to go back on my word. I've promised that I'd attend to the hunt.
Right. True.
Although,
Well, I, for one, would much rather take on a dragon much rather than a stag.
Have you ever seen a dragon?
the stag would be easier to kill.
I've seen the pictures. There is nothing that I nor my blade and us together cannot take on.
Sir Ector, if I may, you said this will take about a month to gather all the men needed for this dragon hunt of yours, correct?
Yes. All I've seen so far is letters and dispatches from the local villages.
And how long do you expect would it take for a small party to journey from here to where you need us to be?
About 3 or 4 leagues, but the problem is not journeying. It is about preparation. This is a dragon, of course, and if it is a large dragon, we will need all the men that we can get. Knights,
Understand.
shield maidens, warriors, soldiers, and squires.
Well, I propose this. On my honor, I have sworn to take part in this hunt. However, my honor also compels me to come to your aid. A hunt for this stag should not take more than a few days at most. Not if we're any good. And I think it would be a great omen, in a good way, a good omen, to get this stag, prove that we can do it, and do this for Sir Bruce, and then we could come and ride to your aid. We could do both, Sir Ector. And as you said, it's not very far from here to where you need us. My honor compels me to hold up my end of the bargain that I've already entered to, but I am more than willing to come to your aid once that is done.
Excellent. Will all of you, for our first trait roll of the night, give me a valorous check? Okay. However, please do it with a -10 trait modifier. So subtract 10 from your...
Wait, do we want less?
You want to be under your value.
Well, yes. So let's say I'm looking at the Hardy Knight, and his valorous score is a 16. So he's going to subtract 10 from that with a -10 trait modifier, and he will so he's going to look for either a 6 or lower, and it looks like the Hardy Knight, Sir Morien, got a 15 if I'm not mistaken. So he did not make it.
Wait, so
it's a
it's
failure.
not like that we
Wait.
subtract 10 from what we roll. It's that we need 10 less than what our sheet says we
Yes, that is correct.
need. Okay. I understand. And
Yep.
you said this would be valorous, correct?
Yes, valorous.
All right.
So if it was 15, I would need a 5 or less.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
I missed it.
I rolled a
normally
12, so I missed.
I rolled a
have
10.
Failed, Sir Huddy.
That is perfectly fine, because that is, I believe, what Chaosium intends for you to do. Because if you just ride out with Sir Ector, you will all probably perish immediately, or that would be the shortest game in the history of RPGs. On a failed...
So we need to level up first, is what you're saying. We need to
Right.
get some EXP.
Gotta catch them all.
Yes.
A
Pokemon.
failed. Well, actually, funny enough, you do need to catch some things, but we'll get to that momentarily. I'm spoiling the whole session already. On a failed valorous check,
We would die to the gout.
I need you to all give me a prudent.
gout.
Yes, I need you. Weather. Okay, I need you to all give me a prudent check with a +10 trait modifier.
Oh. So I literally can't fail it.
Prudent with a +10. So yeah, if it's 10, then okay.
That is correct.
Well.
11.
So I had a 10 and I rolled a 10, but with the +10 modifier, I did not crit.
That is correct. So
failed it.
you would get a 20, so that means you would not be able to fail or fumble.
Cool.
I got it.
Okay.
I failed it.
Who failed it?
Morien.
What did you make?
How?
What did you make?
I rolled an 18
Well,
versus
a
I needed a
you
17.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
That's perfectly fine. Because really, you only need one to get it correct. So
Everybody gets one.
none of
Which
you.
trait was this again? This was
This is prudent.
prudent. Okay. Yeah.
So none of you, as you hear Sir Ector's words, speaking about this dragon, none of you have the kind of valor to stand up and immediately pledge your services to Sir Ector.
Bunch of bitches.
Now, with all of you sitting around, a kind of quietness settles over everybody, even though Sir Ewan and Sir Calidus have made their opinions on the matter, that they wish to help, but at the same time, the stag, they wish to take part in the stag hunt. Sir LeBruce offers his opinion. Well, it seems as though we've come at some sort of impasse. Perhaps I can offer you this, good knights. There is quite a story that I wish to tell you if you wish to partake. Have you ever heard of a panther before?
Say that again. Canther?
Panther?
Yes, a panther.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought you said canther, and I was like, whoa, is that a cancer with a lisp?
Yeah, no, it's not,
Canther.
we're not, no. Yes, have you...
My fifth third died of cancer.
What?
Stop.
Yes,
Panther, you-
Excuse
I've
me,
heard
sir.
of a-
Stop mocking me.
Leave Snagglepuss alone. Yes, I've seen a panther before.
My good hand.
Heavens, the Murgatroyd.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen a panther before.
Panther before.
His name was Snagglepuss.
He was pink.
Saw a pink
Solved.
panther once.
He solved.
But
He's a detective.
Then you'll know that the panther is a great cat of variegated color, known for its kindness and gentility. All beasts are its friends, save for the dragon. When the panther has eaten its fill, it sleeps for 3 days. When it wakes, it emits a belch of sweet perfume, not unlike the aroma of allspice. The sound of this belch attracts animals from all around, and the sweetness of the smell causes the animals to follow the panther whither it may go. Only the dragon finds the sound of the belch distasteful, such that it retreats to its infernal lair, deep within the earth. Likewise, the sweet smell is so offensive to the dragon's nostrils that it enters a great torpor, so profound that it appears dead, and remains so until disturbed.
So you're saying we make a panther belch, it'll make the dragon stand down.
Precisely. You see, if the dragon is fed quite a bit, and rests for at least 3 days. So the story goes. Awakes and belches, it will emit this mist of glory to where it will knock out the dragon until the dragon is disturbed.
Well, it's a very strange story.
It seems like we're putting a lot of our faith and our safety into a fairy tale.
Well, let's see if y'all actually do recall anything with a panther. So, if all of you will give me, or whoever wants to, give me a religion check, you may do so.
Where's religion at? Ah, I see it. Oh, this isn't gonna go well. I need a 5 or lower. Hey, I got a 1.
You say religion?
Yes, religion.
I got a 5.
I'm not even gonna roll for it. My religion's so low.
Okay.
A 1v5 is a crit success, correct?
No,
Are those a
crit-
thing?
Five.
A
Yeah,
crit
yeah.
is getting the
I think
exact
you match
number.
for the crit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I got 1 versus 5.
Yeah, so you
got
you,
5
you had
versus
a
12.
basic success, a 5
All
versus
right.
12 basic success. Morien.
I failed.
Okay, so 2
I didn't
failures,
even
2
roll for it.
successes. So for the 2 that did succeed, I'm going to throw something up on the roll 20 and for our audience at home. For whichever one, or if you would like to do it in unison, my fellow knights, if you wish to read this, let me get it into your journals. If you wish
Okay.
to
Who
read,
else succeeded?
I did.
You and Sir Greysen Horton.
All right, we're gonna read this together. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
On 1, here we go. It's gonna sound great, like an opera piece. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. In this way, the panther is like our Lord Jesus Christ, who drew all gentle creatures to him and banished the devil dragon. The Panthers' 3 days of repose in its den remind us of Christ's 3 days in his tomb. This is terrible. The sweetness of its breath is like Christ calling to the faithful. Its furry coat
Variegated.
reflects the multitudes who flock to his call, and his followers say, "How sweet are thy words unto my taste! Yea, sweeter than honey to my mouth." You really say yeah as in yay as in yeah?
Yeah.
Like 2023 up in here. Yeah, I don't want to type the H because I'm
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so Panther is Jesus, and then the dragon's the devil. And the sweetness of Christ's breath is calling to the faithful. It's like the flock, and they love the breath.
That is correct, Sir Brut. Now,
It's like me and goth women. Sorry.
Sure.
Oh.
As you do recall, you know, every time you go to mass, you know, you do have a relationship with the church as a knight, fellow knight, and so you will recall this sermon, and so you and Sir Horton will believe that, oh yes, that this may work, and perhaps maybe, oh, how can we feed this dragon? I mean, feed this panther to emit this mist, or this belch that will knock out this dragon. Well, as you think about this, and perhaps you do say this sermon out loud, or you're thinking it in your head, Sir LeBruce is still going to continue. And there is, I think, a way that we can mesh both of our conflicts together. I have brought you all here for a great hunt, and I believe that we can still have this great hunt by finding animals in my forest that we can feed this panther. That means we will also need to find a panther, which I think I have one in mind. if I'm not mistaken. Sir Ector, please do remind me, was the gift... And before he can even finish, Sir Ector goes, "Ah, yes, 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 I know exactly where you're going with this. Yes, the king did give the Lady Guinevere of Carlisle a panther as a present. I believe he is trying to court her at this very moment. But he did give that to her right after the siege, a few days after. So yes, there is our panther, good knights. Ah, yes, yes, and the forest is riddled with multiple animals, including lions, cranes, stags, eagles,
Oh my.
mice, and unicorns.
Unicorns.
Yes, yes. Have you ever seen the gracious beauty of a unicorn and its...
Horn?
Yes,
Single horn.
Yes, single horn.
I can't say I have seen one, but I'm intrigued to
I
see
saw
all of
one
God's
with two
creatures.
horns once.
Sir LeBruce gets up from the table and he heads over to the small bookshelf as he's kind of like hobbling because he still has the gout. And he grabs this book, a very large book, and throws it down on the table, shaking the nearby glasses of wine and ale. He opens up a few pages. Ah, there we have it. Right there, you see this picture is of a unicorn, and so that is what you are looking for. You see, the unicorn's point can touch as high as the sky.
I'm uncomfy.
That was so good. That was so good. Okay.
You're killing me.
That. Are you certain someone did not just put their hilt on a horse?
Well, no, I'm not sure, but I do believe that these unicorns are out there.
If their horns are touching the sky, then would we just not see them from here?
My horn can touch the sky.
Yes, pierce the sky.
You're forgetting about all the tree cover. It blocks a lot of the view.
Sure, but the earth is flat. We would see it from where we stand, pierce the tree cover.
What if what you think is a tree is in fact the horn?
Have you seen a particularly tall tree lately, Sir Brut?
But does a horse not move? A tree does not move. The trees aren't alive. The horse is.
Trees are alive.
Oh,
It could have been napping.
oh, really? Where have you seen a tree move?
They grow. They get
In the
bigger.
wind? It
Sure, and so does the dust on the windowsill.
is the dust also alive?
Well, by Sir Ewan's reasoning, it appears so. It grows.
Well, think about it. The leaves fall off. They grow back.
Sure.
What I mean, where else would the leaves come from if the tree itself is not making them? And if the tree is not if the tree is making them, then surely it must be growing.
Granted, it makes sense, and I understand the trees, but the trees are not a horse. They're entirely
that's
different
true.
things.
Anyway, the unicorn. Is it possible that the horn touching the sky could be it might not actually be that big?
Yes, you're saying an exaggeration, perhaps. As such as my lisp is such an exaggeration. Gentlemen, if you will, once again, I will let you all four choose, if you wish, to roll for whichever ones that you would wish for your knight to go after.
Upon a star, upon a horn.
So you do have a cub, the cub of a lion. There is a crane, a stag, an eagle, a mouse, and a unicorn. Now, if you, I'll get to what you need to roll in just a second. But if you
I want to go up to the eagle.
if you succeed in the roll, you will recall some insight about this, whether or not it's reading up on it tonight with Sir LeBruce's book or books, whatever books you need to read, or you recall the knowledge from past experience. So just let me know which one. We'll go person by person. So London or Sir Morien, who would you like to roll for? So you have a cub of a lion, a crane, a stag, an eagle, a mouse, and a unicorn.
Lion.
Okay, the lion. If you'll roll a merciful check for me, please.
Not the one I expected there. All right.
Roll for lion, please.
Well, it is the cub of a lion.
Why you always lying?
Yeah, successful. 6
Oh my god.
versus 13.
Excellent. So let me read this passage to you.
Just let Matt and I read it.
Lion cubs are born dead and are brought to life on the third day when the mother breathes in their face or the father roars over them.
It's true.
Next up, Sir Calidus. Which one do you
Hello.
wish?
As the champion knight of the group, the eagle soars valiantly over the rest. Let's roll for the eagle.
Okay. And with the eagle, I will need a valorous roll.
Called it. All right. I need a 15 is my valorous. I'm gonna roll for a 4.
And that succeeds. Correct?
Well, my valorous is 15, and I rolled a 4.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay.
And with the eagle can look directly into the sun as a test of the worthiness of its young. The eagle holds them up facing the sun. The birds that cannot stare into the sun and turn their eyes away are cast out of the nest.
It's like cigarettes, yeah. If you can't handle it. Okay, so we're just staring at the sun, and we're making the kids do it too. All right.
Next up, Sir Ewan.
So what's left? The crane and the mouse and the stag?
The
It's good for
mouse,
you.
the unicorn, the stag, and the crane.
You know what? I'm gonna be funky. I'm gonna go with the crane.
It's a brick.
Alright, the crane. Sorry, I'm just
Ows.
typing some stuff. Okay, the crane is going to be a energetic roll, please.
Okay.
And these are all trait rolls.
Critical success.
A critical
Nice.
success.
I
Excellent.
needed a 16. I got a 16.
Let me see real quick.
Wait, let me double check. You said energetic, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yes. that is
Does he
16.
become a crane? Yes or no, Huddy?
Yeah, no. You get the knowledge of a crane, and perhaps you do recall this knowledge instead of reading up on it. You do know knowledge about cranes already. And with the crane, at night, cranes take turns keeping watch for enemies, almost like a scout would. The one who is on duty holds a stone up with one claw. If the watcher falls asleep, the stone falls and wakes him. Now, what I was looking up was with that critical success, with that trait.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yes. What is your trait value already
For energetic,
for energetic?
16.
Excellent. So your trait is famous, because it's a 15 or higher.
Yep.
And with that crit success, you gain an extra +5 to a skill or passion roll.
And do I get to? Is it just the next one, or do I get to pick when I want to use
You
that?
get to pick it whenever, so just jot that down in your notes. I will try to remember that as well. I'll have to put that down.
Okay.
You did that for the crane.
You can get my notebooks in the other room.
It's all
Perfect.
good. Oh,
+5.
You're over here fucking dropping rocks. I'm over here making my children stare at the sun. We are not the same.
And let me see here.
Keep looking at it.
Oh yes, and earlier, both Sir Greysen, Sir Calidus, because you both recalled the Panther sermon,
Yeah.
you are both inspired,
Hell yeah.
which that means you are also given a +5 temporary bonus to a single skill or trait whenever you choose, and also when you come into contact with the Panther, you will have bonuses while chasing that the animal.
So +5 to skill or trait.
Yep.
Thank you.
And last but not least, Sir Greysen, which one do you wish?
The unicorn, please.
The unicorn. If you will roll a chastity, chast.
That is a
Virgin.
You passed.
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course he did. What a fucking loser.
Making love to Mother Mary.
The unicorn is a fierce, strong, and swift.
What?
And no hunter can catch it. To tame the beast so it can be captured. Sorry, I was trying to get London's attention.
Would you say
Yeah.
the beast was fearless?
Yes. It is fearless.
Was it wearing a cardigan?
No. No hunter can catch it. To tame the beast so it can be captured, a virgin girl is placed in its path. The unicorn,
Definitely
seeing
need
the
that.
maiden, comes to her and puts its head in her lap and falls asleep. The hunters can then easily capture it or kill it. And as the night goes on and you finish up dinner with Sir Lebruce and Sir Ector stands and bows to all of you. Gentlemen, it has been a pleasure and an honor to dine with you. Sir Calidus, I hope to see you soon once again, but I must be off. I have a long ride ahead of me, and I must make for Berwyn immediately to make sure that I can rally these forces. Gentlemen, if you wish, it sounds like you are, and I hope you are, in the morning, if you do ride out and try to find these animals to feed this panther, I hope you are successful, and I wish you the best of luck.
Before we go to bed, I just want to clarify. So you said Guinevere was gifted a panther.
Yes, you did hear that Sir Lebruce did mention that Guinevere of Carlisle was gifted a panther by
Where is
the newly
is
crowned
she
king.
back in Carlisle currently? Or
Yes,
where
she resides. She's still a fair maiden that is now just being courted by the newly...
not by Arthur, right? Though by somebody else.
No, by the newly crowned king, Arthur.
Okay, but he's
Yeah,
not the one
get
who
it,
gave her
Arthur.
the panther.
Yes, Arthur gave her the panther.
Arthur gave the panther. Okay, sorry. I thought I heard another name when you mentioned. Okay,
No.
So Arthur is courting Guinevere. He gave her a panther. She's in Carmelite. Arthur's moved back to Camelot to help with repairs,
Yes.
and we're kind of in between the two.
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent.
Right, safe,
Sorry for having to
Sir.
summarize. I
Oh
just
no,
wanted to
no,
make
that
sure
was
I-
great. Let's see. Succeeds, we gain the knowledge. Okay,
Right,
and
safe,
with
Sir Ector.
everybody succeeded in getting the knowledge. So you also get 10 glory. So add 10 glory to your glory points. And was anybody... Yeah. Sir Ewan, you were critically... You made a critical success. So I take that back. You are not just only... you were actually impassioned. So you get +10 to
Oh,
any...
instead of +5.
Yes.
And can you remind me? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so you will, yes. So impassioned is a temporary +10 bonus to a single skill or trait chosen by the player The duration varies, but lasts until the situation that evoked the passion roll ends. For example, in a duel between two knights, the bonus lasts until one is dead, knocked unconscious, or surrenders. In a battle, a weapon skill or the skill bonus lasts. So I would say it's just like the +5. I will allow you to use it whenever you choose.
Okay. And can you remind me how I'm sorry again, the glory, we got +10 to our glory points.
Mhm.
Can you reiterate how the glory points work?
Yes. Let me pull that up.
And again, I'm sorry for asking these questions. I just
No,
want to
no,
make sure that
we're all still very brand new to this system. So just bear with us because we haven't played the game in a while. But we're still waiting on the core rule book to be released, and hopefully that will be coming out soon. Because I want to be able to read even more of the rules. Let's see, where is glory? Did I not write glory down? Oh dear. Oh me, oh me.
There's
Glory.
another place on the character sheet where glory is there.
Yes, he's just asking for a description of glory. Yes,
we
glory
can
and
wait.
honor.
It doesn't have to be right now.
So the object of the game is to collect glory, which comes from doing great and notable deeds. Honor is a measure of the character's integrity, which can rise and fall as they live up to ideals or cut corners for practicality. A character who loses too much honor is no longer considered a knight. The following scenario lays out opportunities for glory awards and honor loss during the game. So yes. To be continued on the glory. So we'll come back to that. Maybe I'll look it up on our break. But as the night continues, and Sir Ector makes his way out, you hear his horse ride off in the night. You are all allowed to stay around the table if you wish to do some research on these animals, or go to your bedding, which is within the large manor. And you will have a nice, well-lit room by some candle, and you all each have your own fireplaces. Some of you may take some of the food up to your room, or even take some of the drink up to your room while you dote upon the next day's bringings and the next week and possibly months bringings, because you've never faced a dragon before, and so this is a first for all of you. And with the morning next, as the sun rises, you are all armored up, suited up. Your squires have gotten your equipment ready and have the horses pulled out front. And with Sir Labrousse out front with his staff, they sound the horns for the hunt to begin. And with that, you all ride off to your respective animals and beasts that you are wishing to collect for the panther to feast on. Now, I do have to make an adjustment that I told Matt earlier. Now, with the Adventure of the Great Hunt, there's an emphasis on the hunt part, because within the Pendragon game, there is a very large hunt mechanic. Now, to keep this game under the 2.5-hour mark, we're not going to have time to go through the hunt mechanic, because it's pretty much a game within a game, which is really cool. So I'm going to do a quick montage, and I'll have you all help me just describe how you take down these beasts or capture them. But perhaps in a later date we can go back to this hunt mechanic and show the audience. But first, Sir Morien, please explain to me how you take the cub of the lion, who is just kind of nestling next to its mother.
Now I'm just capturing it.
Yes, you're just capturing it.
I feel like Morien would walk over to it, just look at the lion, grab the cub, and just walk back off.
And with the mother lion being there, perhaps there was some sort of scuffle between you two, and maybe you came out on top, or maybe you were wounded a good bit.
Well, I feel like with the scuffle, like I feel like how do I describe this? It's like I feel like he's unfazed. As much as you can be unfazed by a lion attacking you, he's just a very heavy guy, and like it's not throwing him off that this big cat is jumping all over him. So he just kind of the best he can walks over, picks it up, leaves in the midst of this lion attack, and just kind of unfazed by it,
Perfect.
if possible.
Yes, no, and all of this is going to happen without any rolls because all of this happens over days and weeks because you are hunting these animals, trying to you don't know their exact location.
Oh, well, this is after he finds it. So, in order to get there in the first place, um, he he's used to being outside. He is used to sort of identifying animals by like the tracks they leave behind, by perhaps the excrement that might be there as well. So it was pretty easy finding this cub and mother, because she's tending to their young. I mean, her young. She's not moving around too terribly much. And this is something that Morien would know and something that Morien would exploit in order to get there, to go pick it up and try to walk off a lion attack.
Excellent, and you successfully take the cub lion, and you're
Give me that.
off on your journey.
Yeet. And just
And next up, Sir Calidus.
yeah.
Sir Calidus, you are searching for the eagle. Please
Yeah.
describe to us how you go on this hunt for this eagle and capture the eagle.
Well, the sweat gets to him. He could be outside. It's just not his preferred place. Specifically when he's not doing something noble. And this seems noble until he's out there, perhaps on his own, and he only has himself to talk to and starts to wonder what the hell he's doing. And so he might be muttering something while wiping his brow. But eventually, over days or perhaps weeks, he captures this eagle in the lamest way possible. He gathers nuts, berries, anything he might be able to find just by hand. Finds a pleasant clearing after spotting this eagle, after scouting for countless hours, seeing or hearing the caw of one, and then of course gravitating towards that region, then sprinkles those nuts and berries all across an opening, a patch, and then promptly dropping a fashioned net, perhaps with some clothing that had been quickly sewn together, or whatever it may have been, wrapping it up as it's trying to get out, and then tying it, having a squire perhaps help get that tied up, and now it was in a nice little eagle sack.
Excellent, and you are once again off on your journey after successfully capturing the eagle. You are quite the champion knight.
Sure.
And everybody who succeeds, which you all will, succeed on capturing your animals, you do have a bit of reward waiting for you. Sir Greysen, please, well, we'll save you for the last, because you do have the unicorn. Sir Ewan, you have the crane, which you made a very critical success on, and you being kind of the scout that you are, explain to us how you get the jump on the crane.
So I think the way that Ewan does this is based on his knowledge of this whole, the crane holds the rock as a watcher until it falls asleep, and then it drops it so it can't be woken up. I find the crane, I hide, and I'm very patient. Watch, and I watch, and I watch, and then as soon as it does drop that stone, I catch it before it hits the ground. So it's just snoozing. And then I go up to it. It's perfectly asleep. No one's around it. And I capture it. Yeah, so it's basically, but it took a lot of waiting. This was not quick. This took like hours of just basically sitting in the brush, focusing, being close enough where I know I could catch the rock. And then I caught the rock.
Excellent. And you are able to catch this crane. And this happens over days and now a week and a half. And finally, during this week and a half of hunting with all four of you, we come to the last beast that is in this forest, which has taken some time to find this legendary creature. But Sir Greysen, you do finally find a unicorn. Please explain to us how this happens and what you do with it.
It's tough to find a unicorn. They are very swift. But I went through and, with Sir Bruce's permission, of course, borrowed one of his staff members, a young woman, and brought her along on my journey with me. Using some knowledge of a unicorn I heard from a sermon in my past, I placed the woman on like a blank space in the road and waited for the unicorn to come. Using like a net, when the unicorn finally came, jumped over it and grabbed it and just held on for dear life as it ran and just kept going. I was just dragged along behind it. Eventually got tired and just using some strength after it got tired, picked it up and walked it home.
Picked up a horse.
Through the power of God.
And anime.
Yeah.
And after breaking in the unicorn and successfully gathering it to your call, you are off on your journey back to meet up with the others. And all four of you have decided that the best meetup spot is where the Panther is located, which is the castle of Carlisle, which was just under siege a few weeks prior. About a week and a half has passed since you all last saw each other at Sir LeBruce's place, but you have made your way to Carlisle, which you have all found a wagon in the village area outside of the city walls, and are able to kind of put the animals. Now this is a large wagon that has a kind of a fence, if you would. I don't want to say a cage, but kind of a fence to keep the animals within. And
Can I just ride my unicorn alongside the wagon?
Well, you have your own steed. You don't want to give up your own steed for the unicorn, because I do not have the unicorn stats, sadly. But if you could, I would let you. But well, I'll say that you come riding up on the unicorn, and you have your horse just like behind you, that's following along. But you are all outside of the city gates of Carlisle, beginning to walk in to try to meet with Lady Guinevere. But with
Princess! Let us see that hairy cat!
And maybe you do call upon her like that. Hopefully not, because you do need the Panther. But with that, we're going to take a break.
It was funny to me.
Yes, it was very funny.
Thanks.
And so we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be right back.
Lady, I need to see your cat.
After these few short messages by our sponsors. Yes.
Raid shout. Nope.
But I hope everybody in the audience is enjoying tonight's episode. It is not as action-packed yet as our other episodes, but it does have quite a bit of improv and dialogue, I guess you'd say. It's almost like Oppenheimer, which reminds me, that is who we are sponsored by this evening, is Oppenheimer himself. So check him out. We'll be right back.
It's the boss.
welcome back here on Spot Hidden, where, of course, tonight we are playing Pendragon 6th edition. And, of course, I'm here with London, Matt, Price, and Michael. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody got some refill on the refreshments and got some more snacks. If you are just joining us, yes, we are playing Pendragon, and we are, of course, playing the one-shot, The Adventure of the Great Hunt, where all of our fellow knights have just successfully captured a few beasts and animals that they are going to try and use as food for this panther that Lady Guinevere has, which may help defeat a dragon. So does anybody have anything, any questions they want to ask before we dive right back into it?
So Matt went and got the panther from Guinevere, right?
I
Or
don't
he
think
was
we haven't not talked to Guinevere yet.
Yeah,
so
I
we
think we're
haven't
at
heard
her-
Hudson's Guinevere voice yet.
That is
Correct.
correct. She will.
We are
also,
at her
Great.
front door.
Yeah, she will
I'm
also
looking.
have a
boom
lisp.
I'm looking
box.
forward to it.
She's gonna have a bigger lisp than Sir LeBruce.
Can't wait to meet Lancelot.
Thank you,
I'm
Gollum.
the most
Terrible.
beautiful
Terrible.
maiden in all the realms.
Excellent. So, if there are no other questions, any questions
welcome,
about game mechanics or anything, as
Thank
we
you.
refresh our memory? Nothing. No. Awesome.
Crane.
Excellent. Has anybody heard of the game Baldur's Gate? I'm messing with
Yes.
you. Okay. So as we dive back into our universe of King Arthur, you are all standing outside of the great fortress of Carlisle, which a few weeks prior was under siege, but now is not. It has been refortified, and it looks perfectly normal. The crops have been resown, and the villagers are out doing their daily duties, jobs, living their best life, as the newly crowned King Arthur is trying to bring wealth back to the land. But as you enter into this fortress and you explain to the local guards that you do have some duty here, concerning, not that kind of duty, but concerning local land in Berwyn under Sir Ector's protection, and telling that they need to speak with Lady Guinevere as soon as possible, they take you directly to her in her father's garden, where you arrive and you see a young lady, a fair maiden, sitting in a very long blue dress with a veil over her face. You see her just pondering and looking at this sunflower. And one of the guards walks over and kind of, as he leaves you, he tells you to just wait right here and goes to her. You see him explaining something to her or talking to her, and pointing to you, and you see her kind of nod and wave to all four of you to walk over. And she nods or bows to all four of you. Fellow knights.
Greetings.
Oh.
Greetings.
How do you?
I'm sorry. The volume's like still up. I'm not used to it because I have the headphones in, so I'm like, whoa. All right. Good evening, fellow knights.
Greetings.
Good evening to you.
Yes.
Lady.
What brings you to my father's garden?
Your cat.
You have a panther that was given to you by our just and rightful king.
Yes, that is correct.
Great.
Do you wish to see it?
Respectfully, yes.
Okay, well, May I ask why?
We brought it gifts.
We wish to, yes, gift the panther to with gifts.
We love animals,
Yes,
all of us.
they
Now,
call us the Animal
Right.
Knights.
The animal
Right.
knights. It's,
Right.
we have heard from God
Yes,
that there is a majestic creature here, and we, as the animal knights, and I, of a soldier of our Lord and our King, to come and bestow upon this majestic animal some gifts worthwhile of its magnificence and beauty.
God.
Well, Sir Brave Knight, that was a lot of words. Um, however, I must say that I still don't really understand your presence here in my father's garden, you doting upon my panther that was just given to me by King Arthur.
What part of that story was not clear, so I can answer any questions you may have?
Because I understand a good bit, and I believe you're all hiding something.
I do.
No way.
No.
Not at all.
Have you ever seen a unicorn?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
Now, let me just as a gamekeeper here. Now with Pendragon, do recall that you do need to act accordingly to how your character would perceive this, and so with your passions and traits, with your passions being higher in some circumstances, uh, in some fields, and being lower in the other fields, you may act differently. So some of you may, yes, try to lie to Lady Guinevere. Others may want to go ahead and tell the truth out front why you're searching for her panther or needing the assistance of the panther. You know, it's just I
My
don't
lady.
want to get an email from Chaosium saying
Sure.
you completely butchered that.
Sure.
okay. All right. So coming back to it.
My lady, are you familiar with Sir Ector?
Oh yes, that is the adopted father of King Arthur.
Correct.
Yes. Well, his lands, unfortunately, have apparently been besieged by a dreaded dragon.
Oh my.
Mm.
Based on those tales of dragons, one of the best ways to help defeat an evil creature such as that is through the use of a panther.
Yes.
And by feeding it, having it belch, the sweet scent of the belch invites all creatures to it except for the dragon, who detest it. They are apparently natural enemies. And so we have come to feed your panther and use its abilities to draw the dragon out and put it to sleep in order to help Sir Ector. It sounds far-fetched. I understand that. But the worst thing that can come of this is that your panther ends up well-fed and we ride away.
It's true.
Sir Ewan, will you roll 3d6s for me plus an extra 6 with those?
So 46? Or add 6 after 3d6?
Just add 6 after the 3d6.
So 3d6 plus 6. Thank you. Roll 20.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 5, a 5, a 5, and a 6. That is 21.
Oh boy.
Wow. So because this is all of your first time meeting Lady Guinevere, you have generated an adore passion for her, but Sir Ewan, since you were honest, I let you be the first to do that, and you have a 21.
You said adore? Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be-
adore.
Yeah,
Wait,
21.
we're simping?
Not really, but you
Okay.
you understand that the gravitas here, um, of who Lady Guinevere is and who she may become because she's being
Mm.
courted by the king. And so and also at the same time you see the beauty that Arthur sees, and you're kind of um, you like
Taken by that a little bit.
taken back a little bit by it,
Yep.
because you can see she is wearing a veil, so her full beauty is not, blinding you, but even for what you can see, you are in shock and awe.
Right.
And so with that 21, though, you won't have to give me any roll because what she hears is the truth. And she says, "Well, I thank you for your honesty, sir. I didn't catch
Ewan.
your name. Ewan?
Ewan of Nottingham. Yes.
Sir Ewan of Nottingham. Wow, that's a place far north from here.
Yes, I have done a lot of traveling as an errant knight in my day.
Well, we welcome you to the south.
Much warmer here.
Well, you can all follow me into the forest. I will lead you to my panther." And after a few moments of walking with the Lady Guinevere, and as you talk even more about the events that are unfolding with this dragon, in this opening, sitting in this nice little grassy fold, is this black, sleek, large panther laying in the sun, licking its paws, cleaning itself, and it sees you and stares at you, Sir Morien. And you stare back at this panther, and seeing the sparkle in its eyes like you've never seen before in an animal. You all notice that there is something majestical about this beast. And as Lady Guinevere comes closer to the panther, she doesn't even speak to it, but she just motions for it, and it stands up and comes next to her and brushes up against her legs, almost like a cat would, a house cat, because a panther is technically a cat. And she whispers into the panther's ear, and the panther looks at all four of you and then lowers its head and begins to walk out of the forest and out of the garden, heading towards the wagon in that fellow direction. Lady Guinevere turns around, seeing that the panther is beginning to walk off. "Well, Sir Knights, I wish you the best of luck on your journey ahead towards the dragon. I do ask that, since the panther was a gift from Arthur, that you do return it safely to me, please."
Of course.
Yes, of course.
"Well, I leave it to you then. Fare thee well, and again, the best of luck." And as you are off, back to the front of the city of Carlisle, or the fortress of Carlisle, you have picked up your wagon, and you're onward towards the dragon. Now, this would be a great time to showcase a beautiful map by Chaosium.
All right. We love maps.
Yes, and there we
Map,
go.
map,
and I'm
map.
going to pull it up on the Roll20 also for you guys here
Ooh.
with me, if I can. There we go. There's Roll20. Okay, excellent. So yes, in the book, it will show you the the journeys that you can take to find these animals and stuff. And so it takes about another week or so to get to the dragon, because the dragon is almost in modern day Wells. And after crossing over some very harsh terrain, you start heading closer and closer to this large mountain in the distance. Once the land around you used to be lush forest and lush grassland, but recently has been torn to shreds by fire and death. It's a wasteland, blackened and ashed by this dragon. You stop for a night. We're at the 2.5 week mark. Coming on 1 month, which Sir Ector gave you to complete this task. You stop for the night to rest, but you are getting closer, and at this point, it is probably safe to say now is when the panther should feast. And so, if you all would like to, the panther can devour the animals that you caught.
Of course.
Sure.
And taking the animals off away from your encampment, you bring the panther and you go back to the camp as the panther does its business, but you don't hear any awful sounds. There's no blood-curdling screams or anything like that. It's almost as if as you're walking away, you notice that some of the animals seem to kind of bow to the panther, even the unicorn, knowing that there is some significance in them being this food for the panther.
When I offered the crane to the panther, I don't like try to just like shove it towards the panther. I let it out of the bag or the cage rather that I had it in and just kind of step back.
And after doing that, the crane also bows to the panther, and you walking away don't notice any cries from that crane. The next morning, after you have had a good night's rest, you wake to the panther snoring. You decide to camp out. Well, I'll leave it up to you. Do you wish to proceed towards the mountain or camp out for a few more days at that same location?
Well, I feel like we need to. Has it eaten the animals or?
It did. It did devour all the animals.
Oh, okay, then.
I think we need to get going, right? We don't have time to waste.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to witness this panther and his magical belch.
I mean,
I'm
if we
sure
want to
we'd
camp out
smell
for, yeah, is it supposed to be when it wakes up, or when is it supposed to? When is it supposed to burp? All right.
I'm sorry, I'm looking up a roll that you could do.
Okay.
But I'm not really seeing anything.
I roll for belch.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not seeing anything that you could do. Forgiving, energetic. Okay. So I'm just going to say that you all do recall what Sir LeBruce said a few weeks ago. And that was that the panther would, after eating, it would go into a deep sleep, and it would need to sleep for at least 3 days.
Ah. We're at the 2.5 week mark.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we
And
really have time then.
It'd be 2, 5, 8 days to get back to the wagon.
All right.
And Nectar's already heading there, so we don't want to leave him alone too long.
We also haven't killed the stag either, have we?
Well,
I don't think we need to kill the stag. We could have hunted the stag, but we chose the other animals
okay.
instead,
We
right?
chose everything else. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Am I wrong in that?
No, you're not.
You know, I think the only then that and the mouse. We didn't do the mouse either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
not get the mouse, the stag. Yeah, the mouse and the stag.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we should just... Unfortunately, I don't think we have time to sit around. Am I wrong in that math?
Well, I mean, then the question is, I think what we may all be thinking is, if it does its thing here, like, is it gonna chase it down with us and then show up later?
mean?
The panther, because it's got to do its thing, or if it fucking does its thing here, and we're 8 days away at the dragon, is it still gonna be effective? Do we bring the panther with us?
Good point. Like, will the smell reach 8 days away? This is the
So-
smell of it, right? That
Is there any way to
Yeah.
like pick
Then
the
the noise.
panther up and
Hmm.
take the panther with us while it's sleeping?
This motherfucker just picked up a horse, so
Yes, there is
Everything
a
is power through God.
possibility that you could load the panther on the wagon and try to safely transport it to the dragon's lair.
I say
I'd
we do
vote for
that.
that.
You want to be riding 8 days with a live panther in your wagon?
Well, it's gonna be
well,
asleep for.
he's asleep for 3 of them.
So 5 days with a live panther? That sounds
Well,
not like
What do you
my-
think,
Somebody's called the gout.
Morien?
Like riding with it? I mean,
Yeah,
I
what
don't
do you-
think that's a lot of risk.
So I feel like the next belch it'll have when we finally get there because it ate one of us.
Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking. So I don't think it
Although a belch is a belch, and even if it eats one of us, mission accomplished, some would argue.
So then do we just expect it to be heard from here?
Is there a role we can like? Because we knew about the belch, right? I guess that was because of Sir Lerbuch. We don't really know much about it, huh?
Yeah, you don't know how far the belch will span. You could try, if you wish to just wait there for 3 days. The problem is if you may face that if you get the panther in the wagon and you continue on down this wasteland, it is going to be a bumpy ride. The panther may not get the best sleep that it needs.
Good point. Well, then I mean, if we want to leave it here,
I mean, can we like?
it won't get the right sleep.
We could at least bring it most of the way.
I feel like we need to get it as close to the dragon as we can get.
Well, because if we get there, we get say 5 days in, try and keep it awake even, and then the last 3 days we kind of slow our pace, see if we can minimize the bumpiness and let it sleep. Ideally, it'll burp as we get there.
Well, we've already fed him the animals. I was about to say we could maybe like feed him one animal a day until, and then there'd be like 2
Oh,
days
it's already
left.
eaten all of them. I thought.
That's what I was about to say we've already fed him to him. I don't know. I'm looking at my character sheet. He is prudent, not reckless. So he actually probably would not be in favor of moving the panther. Now that I look at that, so
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
what's up with
reckless
me?
either.
I'm
I'm
more
more
chaste
reckless.
than lustful, so I wouldn't fuck the panther.
I see.
Plenty cougars, though. Am I right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Goose.
Bring it with or leave it here.
And after a month of
Hey
thinking,
Siri, flip a coin.
How long will it take us to get there?
I
8
have
days.
I have a coin. Do you want me to flip it?
How long
Yeah,
will it take
tails,
us
we
to get
bring it.
there?
8 days.
All right.
8 days.
And we've already fed it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might have fucked up.
Yeah, maybe we should. I don't know.
We save scum.
Look. All right. Look.
Well,
here.
wait. Am I reading the map right? We're passing the mouse anyways on the way, right?
Oh, no. I apologize. Okay, so yeah. So because of time constraints, I've had to kind of, shorten this epic one shot. You're right here if you want to look where I'm pinging on the roll 20.
Oh, so we're like at the dragon then.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You're at the dragon. You're
No,
about
yeah.
You're-
Let's take it
different.
then. Let's take it.
you're about a day's ride, but he still needs 3 days to rest.
Oh, then yeah, we'll
We're
stay
taking
here.
We're
Absolutely.
taking the panther with us.
Yeah, we'll take
Yep.
the panther one day and then like just kind of camp out outside the dragon's lair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
All right.
Great. That makes a lot more sense.
We'll stay hidden at yeah.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Cool.
And as you travel down this bumpy wasteland road, what once was a quite traveled road, you finally make your way to or close to the dragon's lair. As you get closer and closer to the foot of this mountain, you see a very large opening, a mouth, a cave entrance to this mountain. In the distance within, you can hear the snoring of a large beast that you believe to be this dragon. If anybody wants to give me an awareness roll, I can tell you a little bit more.
I'll try it. My
Let me
awareness
double check
is-
my awareness. Yeah.
Also, let's see if there's anything else.
I'm not gonna try that.
Can I use my +5?
Yes, you may if you wish.
With my +5, I succeed that roll.
Excellent. As you are looking around, you hear crunching underneath your heavy boots, and you see a bone that you've stepped on. And as you follow the tracks of this bone, you see another bone, and another bone, and another bone, and another bone, and another. As you continue to look, going up the foot of this mountain leading towards the cave, a mound of carcasses and skeletons, animals and humans, lay in that direction. You have 1 day left for this panther to rest. What do you do during this time?
Well, both are sleeping. So sharpen the weapons? I don't know.
Can we find is Sir Ector here yet? Should we try and meet up with him?
Sir Ector will only come out once a month has been hit. We're only at the 2.5 weeks, so you got about a week and a
So he's
half
not
left.
out yet.
Yeah.
Well,
Excellent. So
yeah.
on the third day, the panther finally awakes. Okay, so with the creatures that you did find, the lion cub, the crane, the eagle, and the unicorn. Now the way this is going to work is the lion cub has a +5, the crane has a +2, so that's 7. The eagle has a +3, so that's +10, and the unicorn is a +6, so you're looking at 16 points in total. Now in the Great Hunt, if you play it by the actual rules and not a condensed version, There are other animals, such as the mouse and the stag, that you can find, which would add more points. And there are also other animals that you could find within the forest. And that's up to your game master's discretion. But you're looking at 16 points, and I have a d20, and I'm going to roll this d20 against that number, and I gotta get either the critical success or just a regular success to see if this belch is strong enough to knock that dragon out. So wish me luck. Here we go, guys. What did I say it was? 16?
Yeah.
You got a 15. As
All right.
panther wakes
Let's
up
go.
God
and
bless.
opens its eyes, its sparkly eyes, it lets out this yawn, followed by a very large belch which glows. This energy that you've never seen before. And this mist emits from its mouth as it begins to cover the land around you and head into the cave of this dragon's lair.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And then what?
Well, the dragon should be knocked out.
Oh. It's still breathing. It ain't dead.
That is correct.
So.
And where are we located again?
You are at the foot of the mountain, so you just have to go up a little bit, up a little incline to go inside the cave. You know?
Let's do it.
So you got like a mountain, and then there's like a little cave, you know?
Let's go climb a mountain.
And you're like tiny. Yeah, okay. So as you're going up the foot of this mountain, heading towards this large opening that leads into the mountain, you enter, stepping on all kinds of bones, cracking and breaking underneath your boots. As you enter, you have this foul smell hit your nostrils of death and fire. In front of you is a large red beast, like you've never seen it before, with a large tail. This dragon is almost the size of a castle. You've never seen anything like this before, to your knowledge, unless looking in books and children's books. I don't think there's a roll that you need to give me. No, I don't think so. Nope. But with that 15, because it was a success, the dragon seems to be quite asleep. So it is up to you, knights, whether you want to be merciful and just leave the dragon be, because the dragon will not wake unless disturbed because of this belch. It is a magical belch in a way. Or you can be heroic knights and slay the dragon to bring glory to Sir Ector's land and for England.
So it would not. So the choice to let the belch do what it's supposed to do could be seen as not honorable. Is what you're. Is that what you're trying to say, or are you...
well, in the rules, it doesn't say anything about that. So no, it's not. It's just kind of up to your character again. So like looking at your character's passions, which ones are higher than the others, you know.
It doesn't seem like it's dishonorable, but it seems like a missed opportunity almost. Is how I'm reading this.
Yeah.
Like you're not losing anything by being merciful, but you're also not gaining the fame that you would get by slaying a dragon. Am I reading this right, Huddy?
Right.
And I am a champion, so
Yeah, you're gonna go for it.
let's, as they say in England, fuck this bad boy up.
They did say that.
Yeah, I think. I think I would be in favor of killing it.
So we have one for killing it, one for not.
I think Matt was also for killing it. Am I right?
Oh,
Yeah. So we have
Morien would want to
Sir
kill it.
Greysen and Sir Brut are in favor of killing it.
Morien would want to kill it for sure. I have a higher what's the thing? Valorous. He is not cowardly.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, my rule of cool score is really
I have a very
high.
high valorous.
Hell
I
yeah.
also have a very high prudent. My prudent's 16, and so I feel like I would be the guy who'd be like, we should just let the belch do it. But that being
I was
said,
thinking more about my passions.
Overruled.
I have very high honor and loyalty and like devotion. So I was thinking I don't have any ties to this dragon, but I do have ties to the the guy who gave us the quest,
king.
to our king. So like I think and like God would look more favorably on me for completing what I said I was going to do rather than
Right. Yeah, man.
I also just captured and then fed a unicorn to a panther. So I think like my respect for mythical beings maybe not as high as others.
feel like Ewan would certainly voice his disagreement, but he's also not going to just abandon his companions should they decide to go ahead and attack the dragon. Like he'll go too, but he'll I think he'll be like, I believe it would be more prudent and practical to let the panther's belch do what it's supposed to do.
If your
I
friends
understand the
jumped off
glory.
a bridge, Sir Ewan.
Do what?
If your friends jumped off a bridge, Sir Ewan, would you just jump with them?
Well, you're all wanting to go jump off a bridge, aren't you?
Yes, because there's something of value down underneath the bridge, which is why we all go.
Our king wants us to slay this dragon. And my loyalty lies with the king.
Precisely.
Let's kill it.
Are you not loyal to the king, Sir Ewan?
Of course I am loyal to the king.
Well, all right.
I think our loyalty is better served by allowing the dragon to be put to sleep. Simply, it does the same thing, doesn't it?
So
Let's
then
kill
we
it.
So it
report
can
back-
wake
See,
and cause these troubles again.
Sir Morien gets it. You wish to leave a dragon on the king's doorstep for just Lord knows when.
And who knows when this opportunity will arise again.
I shall. Seems I've been outvoted. And on my honor, I shall
Yes.
do everything I can to assist you. Please do not put the letter L in my face. It was not very nice.
All right.
We shall do it mercifully.
Sir Morien,
Yes.
please
Yes.
lead the way.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir Morien leads the way.
Do any of you know how to kill a dragon?
You take this
You stab it.
Good question.
Stab it where?
off with its head.
Yes.
The scales are quite hard, are they not?
Chop, chop, chop.
I've heard.
We're not in the land of the dwarves. I'm sure it's just like any other dragon.
Sir Morien, are
Any
you,
other
are you
dragon,
moving to
assuming that you
attack?
killed some previously.
Have you ever killed a dragon?
I think we're just
before?
talking for now.
Okay, all right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I have
so
not-
not yet.
I have not slain a dragon. No, I've never seen a dragon
Okay,
before.
well then I guess it sounds like you need to find out.
Yes, but
All
I
right.
am just thinking we should have a plan rather than attempting to kill a dragon and have it not work. Because if
All right.
the dragon wakes up and is still alive, I think that could be very bad for us.
Yes.
So we should kill it the first time. Our first
Okay.
attempt should be successful.
Okay. Why don't
So
we just? We're gonna do it. We might as well do it.
Yes, but like how? I think we established we're going to stab it, but this thing is quite large and the scales seem quite hard, and I don't
So
No,
is
just-
Morien.
Stab it through the eye.
Well, then it'll be even angrier.
If you go all the
But
way
it'll
through
be a
the eye,
one-eyed dragon.
what if we each stab an eye at the same time?
Well, there's only 2 eyes and 4 of us.
Oh,
Two
there you
can
go
do the
then.
eyes, and two
And
can.
I'll get the bung.
I think that'll only make it
He
angrier.
didn't say that.
1,000 years of death.
The most vulnerable spot.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you.
You got it. You got it.
That's where I didn't even mean to say that. That's just where it came from the recesses of.
Are you threatening me?
All right.
I am Sir Morien.
Do we-
Shut up, baby.
You can't quite slit a dragon's throat, can you?
Well, you could certainly try.
It has an awfully large neck.
Yes. Well,
This is a
so
test.
does the Morien.
Is it all the throat? Can you slice the neck anywhere?
You can stab an eye.
Sure, but I don't know why you are so fixated on this eye thing.
All right. Let's kill us a dragon.
Okay, let's kill us a dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, are we sure we're sold on this stabbing through the eye bit?
I don't think we have much of a choice.
You are the pro hunter, are you not?
Yes, and the pro hunter in me would say that.
Yes. How would you skewer the winged beast?
Can I make a roll for this, Hudson? To, like, analyze the dragon?
Sure.
Any type of
Let's
way.
see.
You've killed lizards before, have you not?
Do I find the dragon attractive?
Give me a
Roll
Have you
donkey?
seen
give
Shrek?
me a hunting roll.
A hunting roll. Okay. Where would hunting be?
Under your
This-
skills.
It's not weird. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was
Yeah.
about to say hunting's not listed on the hunting night.
Yeah, I know.
skill,
There's
but it is
like
there.
it's to the right.
It's
and,
yeah.
and there's a very large gap in between the other
It's
skills
a-
and those, and I'm like,
it's
because
a
I did the
50
same thing, I didn't see it, and I was like, oh wait, there it is.
So I got that plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Yes.
how to tell you guys this, but
Can
go
I
ahead, Price.
can I
Go ahead.
only can I choose to just use 5 of that plus 10? Or do I have to use all of that?
I
plus
believe
10
you
at
have to
once?
use all of it. If I'm
All right,
not
it's a
mistaken.
15. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit.
for
Oh, it's a 5. Yeah, that succeeded.
Easy.
yeah. So
Hey, you would have critted if you didn't use it, huh?
Speaking of crit on their hunting skill,
Wait, you actually crit?
No, just
No,
regular-
did Matt actually crit?
No, I did not.
Sir Calidus, did you crit?
I have a hunting of 5, and if you might check the roll 20, I did roll a 5.
What were we
Unbelievable.
rolling against?
I
We're trying to
just
figure out how to
wanted
kill
to
a
see if I
dragon.
could do it. I mean, we're all talking in the same conversation.
So
I thought it
me,
might
the
help.
hunting knight, got a regular success, and you, the not hunting knight, got a critical success.
The
Get good.
the
Well, you've never
champion
hunted a
knight would-
dragon before.
That's true.
You
So Brut seemed really confident in how to kill a dragon. Maybe he's done this before.
Maybe just okay, fine. I got a regular success. Matt got a critical success.
Yeah, don't be salty about it though.
I'm not. I've never been salty in my life. I'm sweet. All the time.
born to kill this dragon.
You'll notice that below the neck, the long neck of the dragon, edging towards the rib cage of the dragon, it seems to be soft in the underbelly of it, that's sticking out as it's laying down on its side, kind of curled up. You can hear a very slow heartbeat coming from it, from that area, and you know that's where the dragon heart is. Like the movie, Dragonheart,
Huh.
Ooh.
voiced by Sean
I
Connery.
love Scotland.
Voiced by Sean Connery. Yep.
I have an idea. All right. Samoy.
Oh, they said.
Have you,
I'm sorry. I thought you said Samoan.
Sir
No, it's
Samoy?
fine.
Okay,
There-
Samoan.
a random
Some-
Samoan walks into the frame. Is this the right
So-
movie set?
What can I
Jason
say
Momoa.
except?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Is
Yeah.
this is this Aquaman?
All right.
One
Morien.
Piece.
That's
reference.
Momoa.
That's
Anyway.
Samoa. Jason Samoa.
Jason
No,
Samoa.
no, I'm just saying it's a random Samoan walking into the movie set saying, "Is this Aquaman?"
This is Aquaman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's his like stunt double or something.
Aquaman
hey,
2,
I've seen him in
more
real life, and his bodyguards are Samoans, and they are
Too
bigger than
awkward.
him.
Two
Looks
Aqua,
like-
two man.
Bro,
Two Aqua.
the picture of Hudson and Jason
Aquaman
Momoa.
H2O.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Aquaman and
yeah.
Aqualad.
The picture, yes, the
Garth,
picture.
you mean?
He looks like Garth. Hudson looks just like Garth. They look like
Garth?
they're on
Yeah.
a promo tour. Like it's
I
a
still
missed
find it-
opportunity, miscasting opportunity.
I still find it so funny that like Aqualad, after he stopped being Aqualad, just became known as Garth. Like just went by his normal name, Garth. Like the superhero known as Garth.
Sir
Sometimes
Calidus.
he's called Tempest, but other times he's like, it's Garth.
It's Green Lantern. It's Superman.
It's
Oh,
Garth.
it's Mike.
It's Mike.
All right.
What are his powers? I don't know.
So Morien.
Sir Calidus.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever performed a drop kick?
No.
Damn.
How does one do a drop kick?
Okay. All right. And he'll pick
Dropping a
up two.
kick.
He'll pick up two bones. Okay. All right.
Please be quiet, but so we do not wake the dragon.
These are your legs, right? All right. You're standing on them, correct?
Uh-huh.
All right. So then, what you might do is you'll allow yourself momentum and proceed forward at a running pace, and then with both legs, you see, and then go up to the side, so you're laying flat
You
like a
want me to-
board.
You want me to drop kick a dragon?
In a way where okay, hear me out. We will hold a lance and position it appropriately. So both well, maybe not Ewan, but Sir Greysen and I will hold the lance in place. You, with your broad shoulders and your muscles of might, will full force drop kick the lance into the chest of the dragon.
Ah.
Yeah,
We can give it a shot. I got powerful
Yes.
legs.
that's true. I've seen them. I mean, yes. I will fetch my lance. Be right back. Be right back. And I'm going to shuffle out and find my horse. GM. GK.
Excellent.
GM.
Just yeah.
General manager. Yeah.
There you go. As you exit the cave, you notice that your squires are down there holding your horses. So you can go and get your horse if you wish.
Great. And then I'm coming back with this jousting lance or whatever spear or lance I might have. And fuck it. All right. All right. Here we go. So Grayson, help me.
I'll help him.
Okay, all right. We're gonna we're
Let's get to
holding-
kicking. What do I need to roll for this?
This is so dumb.
So you're gonna roll to kick.
Next time on Pendragon Ball Z.
Well, you see, here's
Pin
the
Dragon Ball.
Pendragon Ball Z. Yeah.
here's the thing. With that 15 that I rolled earlier, y'all succeeded in putting the dragon into the torpor, which the dragon is pretty much in a dead state already. It just, if it's disturbed, then it wakes back up.
Correct.
So you don't need any roll for this because you can efficiently do this and kill the dragon. So please describe how you kill this dragon. I just want to see.
That was easy.
I
y'all
believe
can-
we've already described. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Fucking
Excellent.
drop kicked him.
And
Okay.
as
Yeah, Sir Greysen and
Greysen!
Sir Brut hold in place and take it away, GM.
as this dragon wakes up in the worst pain as its heart has been pierced with this lance, the tongue of the dragon kind of flickers out, gasping for air as the neck and head fall to the ground with a large thump and a shaking of the earth. It's quiet in the cave, but outside you can hear birds chirping, as you will notice that birds are returning back to the mountain. But with that,
I do say that went quite well, gentlemen. Well done. Oh,
I admit I was wrong. This was a good
Yes.
idea.
It went better than I expected, actually. I thought slaying a dragon would be harder.
no.
It went better than I expected. So good job to you guys, because I thought we were going to be in real trouble for this episode. But no, you made your way back to Sir Ector's holdings in Berwyn.
Do we take the head with us, like the dragon's head?
Sure,
with
you
us?
can cut off the head and
Yeah.
Berwyn. And you are greeted by all the villagers and the knights there and the guards. There is a celebration held for all of you, and your names are put into the legendary books of Camelot. You're written to the history of England, and some of you may be called upon to ride to Camelot, because there is a formation being done, a sort of meeting of knights are being held there, as King Arthur has some sort of idea that he wishes to talk about. But with that, I will go to the post-credit scene. After you return to your horses and saddled up, after a victory had consumed you and you had taken the head of the dragon, you did all forget the panther that Lady Guinevere asked you not to forget. Or perhaps, you did forget it. So the panther roaming the land.
Can we not roll to remember the panther?
No, because this is not a part of the story. This is part of my story.
Oops.
The panther roaming
Whoopsie, forgot your panther.
roaming the land.
That's why she cucks Arthur, because she didn't keep the panther.
Well, here's the thing.
Damn.
The panther ends up
That's
going into
canon.
the forest and finding a nice little pond that it's sipping water out of and pawing its hand at. And as it paws one time into the water, a ripple effect happens. And with that, the camera will notice that the panther's face has shift-shaped into a woman's face. A very young woman's face with long blonde hair, wearing
I would.
a long
No.
black sleek dress. And as she
Gosh.
looks into the pond, contemplating on her next move, she points her finger into the water, making another ripple. And the camera panning at her face, she says, "Now, let me see what my brother's up to in Camelot," as this glow emits from the water. And that's our episode of Pendragon 6th edition, The Adventure of the Great Hunt, the very,
Wait.
very, very, very quick version of it.
I thought you were about to say that the panther was the Lady of the Lake, but it's actually Morgan Le Fay.
Spoilers.
All I heard was that there's a goth chick with blonde hair and a black dress who belches, and it's sweet.
I should have
So-
fucked the panther.
Does it
When
look
did it
like
say she
does it
was
look like
God?
Helen Mirren?
Yes, it does look like Helen Mirren.
All right, all right.
Okay.
I'll take it. Yeah.
So yes, the panther was Morgan Le Fay,
That's-
and that was my own doing. That's not a
But it's
part
very
of the
cool, though.
Adventure of
I
the
like
Great
it.
Hunt. Well, yeah, for me, it's just setting up some stuff that will come along when we have more episodes come out.
And with all the wisdom of Ian in chat, it's correct. If you switch the letters in Morgan Le Fay around, you do get
you
Panther.
Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's funny.
yes, but great job tonight, guys. That was probably the best run we've ever done where nobody messed up or anything. Even though it was a
Yeah,
quick
pretty
version,
flawless.
yeah, it was flawless. But it was also a very quick version of this one shot. Again, this one shot can be ran. It says in the book for 4.5 hours, which I'm not going to keep you guys here for that. And I don't want to split it up into 2 parts because I know we have a campaign coming up, which we'll talk about in just a second. But thank you again to the audience for joining us tonight, and we're glad to be back. London, I'll let you go first. Let us know where we can follow you, and I'll let you talk about the campaign if you want to. We have coming up.
Cool. Hi, everybody. Oh, look here. Sorry, I should need to fix this. Hi. You can follow me at London Carlisle on the socials. We're going to be playing a campaign very, very soon in like 2 weeks. I believe that she'll start on the September 13th. We're going to be playing a new Call of Cthulhu campaign, Ripples from Carcosa. As you can tell by the title, lots of King in Yellow things as we traverse time and explore the Hastur mythos. So stay tuned for that on this channel.
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. And next up, Michael Scott.
Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Michael Scott. You can follow me at onlyfans.com/Matepson. Remember to call your mom and drink water today. I love you all and hope to see you all next time.
Excellent. And Price Everett.
What's up, gamers? I don't know why I said it like that, but as always, happy to be here on Spot Hidden. Very excited to get into campaign. Is this campaign 6, 7, 6?
12.
15,
What campaign
I
number?
think.
Whatever the next campaign number is, we're getting into it. It sounds like it's going to be an absolutely wild ride. I have a very weird idea for a character kind of bubbling, so looking forward to seeing you guys in 2 weeks with that. You can follow me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/PriceVA. I'm planning on starting in September actually going back to at least doing one stream a week of my own alongside the Spot Hidden stuff. That is the plan. I don't want to confirm that just because also work's getting very busy because it's event season at my job. But all that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, honored and happy to be here and looking forward to doing even more in the future.
Excellent. It's great to have you, Michael, London, and Matt here with us. And myself, I guess. And last but not least, Matt. Just say something. I really don't care.
Damn.
Something, man.
Excellent.
Nah, man. Listen, hang on before we go. I don't have shit for you. Just stay tuned to Spot Hidden. Like that's it.
You do, Matt.
Do I?
Spot Hidden will be at Dragon Con.
Spot
Well,
Hidden
maybe.
will be at Dragon Con in fractions.
We will?
Me in London.
Oh,
We're not doing anything official. We're just going.
oh okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna show up. But no, outside of that, we put some efforts into keeping Spot Hidden rolling because we're all aware, it's no secret of the change in schedules from pandemic to daily lives. And I hate to say it even went back to daily life. It's more like turned into some fucking nightmare that we're all experiencing together, and we all address it and we all know it's real, but yet there's nothing we can do about it. And the second anyone calls it out, we all silence them or they get silenced, and then
Hey,
we're
shut
all
the fuck up.
silenced. And then we do things like
still
play
talking.
games to forget. Anyway,
this
thanks for
man.
being part of this. And
Spot Hidden is pro existential crisis.
Always.
and
Okay.
tune in for the next campaign. All right.
Go listen to That Funny Feeling by Bo Burnham, y'all.
Thank you, Matt.
This is That
Or,
Funny
but
Feeling.
if you're having a really bad day, don't go listen to That Funny Feeling by Bober.
Just
So
go
Matt, don't
outside
listen to
and
that
touch some
song.
grass.
But yes, words of wisdom from Matt. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what they are.
And
You all right, bro?
he's got the gout. But yes,
got the
thank
gout.
you
I
to
got
the
the
audience.
lumbago.
He's
Gout of
got
the
a
soul.
He's got emotional gout.
Yeah.
Yes, we here at Spot Hidden, we just want to deliver some entertainment to whoever wants to watch, which we appreciate. We are humble artist here, and that's all we want to do is entertain you in whatever fashion
I'm
we
not. I'm the
can.
best fucking artist that's ever been.
Have you ever eaten so much red
That's
meat
true.
your soul gets gout?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I probably haven't.
Every Thursday.
But yes, thank you again, everybody. I'm Huddy.Hubs, and you can follow me on Carbonized Productions, where I open up some magic packs sometimes if I have money to do it. But until next time, until the next Pendragon episode, or the next Call of Cthulhu episode, or the next, who knows, where the next adventure may lead. But up until then, stay spoopy, and we shall see you anon. Adios.